Nigeria has emerged as a major importer of pesticide products within Africa, spending over $300 million on more than 200,000 tons of pesticide imports. Regrettably, a significant portion of these products fall under the classification of highly hazardous pesticides, posing substantial risks to public health and the environment in Nigeria. The devastating incident in Benue State, resulting in the tragic deaths of over 270 individuals from exposure to a highly hazardous pesticide, serves as a stark reminder of the severity of the issue. Beyond the toll on human well-being, Nigeria also suffers economic losses due to the rejection of food exports containing excessive levels of banned pesticide residue. Unfortunately, Nigeria currently lacks a dedicated legislative framework governing pesticide use, thereby creating a loophole for foreign companies to introduce toxic pesticide products into the country unchecked. These companies exploit the weak pesticide regulation in Nigeria to flood the market with potentially harmful products, some of which are banned in their country of origin. Currently, policymakers in Nigeria are undertaking two initiatives to enhance pesticide regulation. The first is the implementation of the NAFDAC Pesticide Registration Regulation, which was enacted in 2021. The second is a newly proposed bill endorsed by the Ministry of Agriculture, aiming to amend the existing legislation regulating fertilizer usage to also include the control and regulation of agrochemicals and pesticides. These efforts reflect government's commitment to strengthen the oversight and management of pesticides in the agricultural sector. However, upon a thorough examination of the registration policy and the new bill, civil society organizations and experts have raised concerns regarding transparency, inclusivity, and possible conflicts of interest. These issues, if not addressed, have the potential to undermine the efforts made to achieve the desired standards for effective pesticide regulation. Following international best practices, there are often four major factors policymakers must consider when developing policies or laws to effectively regulate pesticides. Precautionary principle. Both the NAFDAC registration regulation and the proposed Fertilizer and Agricultural Pesticide Control Bill appear to disregard the precautionary principle, an international standard used by policymakers to assess potentially harmful products. The precautionary principle suggests taking proactive measures to control potentially harmful activities or products when there is a reasonable suspicion of environmental damage, even before conclusive scientific evidence is available. In this case, there is the presence of clear evidence concerning the negative health and environmental effects of highly hazardous pesticides, as these products have already faced bans or strict regulations in other countries due to their known toxicity. However, both the bill and the NAFDAC regulation in Nigeria seem to overlook the issue by not adequately addressing the sale and distribution of these harmful pesticides in the local market. Transparency and inclusivity. The bill's approach to transparency appears to be contradictory. On one hand, it claims to make health and environmental data accessible to the public, indicating a commitment to openness. However, it also includes a provision that designates data related to active ingredients as confidential, especially for first-time registrants. This measure seems to limit public access to crucial information, potentially hindering a comprehensive understanding of the potential risks associated with certain products. Inclusivity is also lacking, as relevant government agencies like NESRIA and NACS are not recognized, and civil society organizations have limited representation on the technical committee, hindering accountability and transparency. Resilient against outside pressure. The involvement of CropLife Nigeria, an organization affiliated with pesticide corporations like Syngenta and Bayer, in the Fertilizer and Pesticide Control Bill raises valid concerns about potential conflicts of interest. The reservation of 2 seats on the technical committee for such an entity creates a worrisome situation, as it may compromise the committee's integrity. Given that CropLife has a history of being a global lobbyist for hazardous pesticides such as paraquat and glyphosate, there is a risk that the committee's decision-making process could be influenced or swayed by lobbying pressure from powerful pesticide manufacturers. Promote innovative alternative. The bill falls short in providing specific provisions that promote and support the adoption of innovative pesticide alternatives, such as biopesticides and non-hazardous pesticide products. To ensure a more sustainable and environmentally friendly approach to pest control, it is essential to include policies that encourage research, funding, and implementation of these innovative solutions. By incorporating measures that foster the development and use of scientifically sound pest control strategies, the bill can contribute to more eco-friendly farming practices and safeguard both human health and the environment. The current initiatives to enhance pesticide regulation through the NAFDAC Pesticide Registration Regulation and the proposed Fertilizer and Agricultural Pesticide Control Bill reflect the government's dedication. However, failure to address the identified issues will result in weak laws and regulations that not only fail to adequately protect farmers and consumers, but threaten the country's food sovereignty and promote the proliferation of hazardous pesticides.